Hey everyone. So welcome back to another video of Campfires and Mile Markers. Today we're going to be testing another AC unit that I bought. I believe I mentioned it during the last testing of that Waykar unit. And I'll be putting the specs up after this so you guys can see. And we're doing the exact same testing as the last time. So it can be pretty fair, pretty even. It is about 1:25 p.m. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you where I placed the unit. Then we're going to go ahead and go through and close up all the windows and go ahead and power up the unit about 1:30. And we're going to let it run 4 hours like we did on the last one. And then we're going to do it again tonight and just, see if this one works out better since it is a bigger unit. Okay, so this is the unit that I'll be testing today. It's a SIMZLIFE Portable Air Conditioner, 10,000 BTU. It does have different modes. I'm only going to be using the cooling mode. I'm not going to be using the dry mode or fan mode. But it does have Wi-Fi. Again, I'm not using the Wi-Fi. I don't have Starlink or anything like that when I go camp. Um, and even if I did, I don't think I'll be using it for the unit itself. It does have a remote. I haven't tested how far the remote reaches, but I'm pretty sure it's fine within the campground. I bought this unit. Well, actually, as I left Dinosaur Valley State Park, I said, you know what, maybe a bigger unit's what I need, and that's when I ended up purchasing it. So I bought this from Walmart. At the time, I purchased it for $200, and I got a 3-year protection plan for $24. I just looked it up. It's currently priced at $269.99. So it did go up $70. It is heavier and not as portable as the smaller unit. And obviously we're barely gonna do the testing, but I believe that it's gonna put out more cooling than the smaller one. Besides that, everything you need on the screen. If you need more time, just go ahead and pause it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me. And now let's go ahead and get this testing started. All right, so it's about 1:25. I'm about to go close all the windows to get the test started. Right now, I've been having it all open just with the mesh. And the temperature is actually reading 100.7 inside the tent, 96 outside. Let me go ahead and close everything up, and we'll start the AC unit to get the test going. Okay, so I closed up the windows, top and bottom. As you can see, as far as the roof vents, close one, close two. Now I'm leaving that one open. So I don't know. In theory, when this starts blowing cold air, I'm hoping the hot air gets pushed out. But either way, also because the floor does start picking up because this needs to suck in air from somewhere. So at least that way we'll leave that open. Besides that, so I showed you guys the temp earlier. It's 107 in here, 96 outside. I had everything open with just mesh except the front door here. The mesh was actually closed back and I had the actual insulated door closed. So that's probably why it's a little warmer in here. But let me see. There we go. It's 1:30 on the dot. Let me go ahead and turn this on. Sensor is right there. There he goes. And once again, we'll check back in an hour. Okay, time for the 2:30 update. And inside temperature 103.2, outside temperature 96.4. If y'all can remember, I believe inside it was like 107 an hour ago, and out here was 96.0. So outside temperature going up a bit, inside temperature dropping about 4 degrees. So far, so good. And we'll go ahead and check back in another hour. All right, it's time for the 3:30 reading. It's been another hour. You can see there, 100.2 inside the tent, 98.2 outside. So it's improving. Obviously, 100 degrees not comfortable, but it's been improving after 2 hours. We got 2 more hours to go. See you in 1 more hour. Okay, it's been another hour. Here goes the 4:30 reading. See if you can see that. 99.5 inside the tent, 100.9 outside the tent. Like I said, definitely outperforming that smaller Waykar unit. The Waykar unit could never keep up with the outside temperature. This one's actually gone below it. We'll see how it looks in the final hour, and then we'll move on to the night testing after that. Okay, so it's 5:30. We've come out to do the final check. And if you can see there, 102.9 inside, 99.8 outside. Now, obviously it heated up more inside at 5:30. I believe the reason being is, I don't know if you can tell, the sun shifted. So now this is exposed to the sun more. You can see, oh, well, it's up there on top, I guess. I'm not sure you can see that. But, oh, it's right there. So yeah, so the sun shifted and it's way more exposed to the sun. And you can see all that. All this directly to the sun. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the AC unit. You can see it there. Mode, fan, features. And I heard a beep inside, so it should be turning off here soon. And then I'll go ahead and open up everything, leave it with the mesh only, and get it ready for tonight's test. All right, so I'm about to start the night portion of this. It's almost 9 p.m. It's about 8:52. I'm gonna go ahead and close up all the windows and just leave one vent open, and then turn on the AC unit. Just so you know, right now, I don't know if you can see that, 85.1 outside, 86.1 inside. So it's 1 degree hotter inside. But let me go ahead and close that up, and then I'll let you know when we start the test. All right, so I closed everything up. We're gonna go ahead and get this test started. I don't think I've shown you guys the app. So let's picture the AC unit where it's set. Let me see if I can, you know what, let me switch hands. All right. And mosquitoes are already killing me out here. So anyways, let me turn it on. I just heard a beep inside. See, it's 61, set on high. You can hear it blowing. The grass there, you can't see it, but it's moving, it's blowing. So like I said, guys, it's 9 o'clock. Again, it is 84.7 outside, 85.8 inside. Sorry, 85.8 inside. And we'll come back out and check at 10 o'clock. All right, it's 10 p.m. Coming out here to get the final reading for the night. Then we'll follow up in the morning. 82.5 outside, 75.3 inside. Pretty good so far. We'll see how it's looking in the morning. All right, good morning. So this is going to be the end of the overnight test. Just go ahead and check the temp. I will say this. I had to do this at 6:30 a.m. So it is 30 minutes shorter than the Waykar, but it shouldn't be much of a difference. Let's see how the temp is. Oh, wow. Look at there, guys. 72.5 outside, 64 degrees inside the tent. So that bigger unit definitely made a big difference. Look at that. Now, just like the other one, we'll go inside and check for condensation. All right, that thing is blowing cold air, and it is cold in here. Again, I left that one exhaust vent or roof vent open, and I will say this: no condensation, guys. Everything is dry. So, you guys let me know. Do you think that leaving one open is good, or should I just close all of them, like when I actually go camping? Let me know what you guys think. All right, here in a minute, we'll go over the final thoughts on this video. All right, here are the final results from the daytime cooling. So at the start of the test, the outside temperature was 96 degrees, while the inside of the tent had climbed to 107.4. After running the unit for 4 hours, the final temperature inside the tent was 102.9, while the outside was 99.8. As you can see, the best performance came at 4:30, when the inside of the tent measured 99, which actually was 1.4 degrees cooler than the outside. If y'all can remember, the Waykar unit never got below the outside. But by the end of the test, I feel with the sun shifting and it was pointing more directly at the tent, I feel that that really contributed to the increase in that final inside temperature reading. But as you'll see, the overnight test is where the unit really stood out. All right, now let's take a look at the overnight test results. So at 9 p.m., the outside temperature was 84.9 degrees, and the inside was 85.8. Just 1 hour later, at 10 p.m., the inside temperature had already dropped to 75.3 degrees, while the outside temperature was 82.4 degrees. So within that 1 hour, the inside dropped about 10 degrees. And so at 6:30 the next morning, the outside temperature had dropped to 72.5, while the inside of the tent measured 64 degrees. So overall, the outside temperature dropped 12.4 degrees, but the inside temperature of the tent dropped by 21.8 degrees. By the end of the test, the tent was 8.5 degrees cooler than the outside air. I don't know about you, but 64 degrees is colder than what I sleep at inside my house. So definitely big difference in the Waykar unit. Um, and even within that first hour from 9 to 10 that it had dropped to 75, this was testing, but in I guess real camping, I would say at that you can probably adjust the temperature instead of 61, adjust the AC unit to 70, 72, or whatever to maintain it at a cool temperature. Overall, I came away impressed with the SIMZLIFE Portable Air Conditioner, especially during the overnight test. It cooled the tent quickly, maintained a comfortable sleeping temperature throughout the night, and by morning, the inside of the tent was 8.5 degrees cooler than the outside. During the daytime, however, the results were a little different. While the unit did reduce the temperature inside the tent and even managed to cool it below the outside temperature for a period of time, I still don't believe it's a practical solution for camping in the middle of Texas summer when temperatures are approaching or exceeding 100 degrees. In my opinion, this unit really shines as an overnight cooling solution. If you're camping in hot weather and your goal is to get the tent comfortable for sleeping after the sun goes down, I think the Sims Life performed very well. Now let's take a quick look at how these results compare to the Waykar unit I previously tested.
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the results of the comparison during the daytime. So looking at the final numbers, the Way card finished the daytime at 96.6, while the Sims Life finished at 102.9. But it's also worth noting that the Way card's test concluded with the outside temperature 93.7 compared to 99.8 degrees. Since the outdoor conditions weren't identical, I think it's important to keep that in mind when comparing the daytime results. Let's go ahead and look at the nighttime results. Okay, so for the nighttime, the way car started the night with an outside temperature of 82.9 degrees and finished with the inside temperature of 71.4 degrees. And the Sims Life started with the outside of 84.9 and finished with 64 degrees inside the tent. So they started pretty similar as far as outside temperature, but you can definitely see the big difference in the inside. Now, don't get me wrong, that weight car 71.4, that's definitely comfortable sleeping weather right there. You can sleep comfortable. 64 degrees, like I said, in my opinion, it's a little cold, but I guess also would depend on the size of the tent and how many people are in there, what all gear you have. All right, so that's gonna wrap up the review on the Sims Life 10,000 BTU unit. Um, I was really impressed by it, especially by that overnight performance. As far as the daytime, to be honest with you, I don't think there's gonna be any AC unit that's really gonna be able to cool down a tent in this Texas heat. Maybe if you're in a northern state, if you're camping, even if you're in a southern state, but camping maybe somewhere with lots of shade, by the water with a breeze or something, then maybe it might be better. But as far as this Texas sun, it's just too strong for these AC units. But hey, I'm not knocking the Way car. I know this was not a side by side comparison. Um, it did great for nighttime as well. I feel like getting your tent down to 71, 70 degrees, that's definitely good, comfortable sleeping temperature. Once again, guys, I really appreciate you for watching. Let me know what else you would be interested with these AC units. I thought about, you know what, running both of them at the same time during the day, just for shits and giggles. You guys let me know what you think about that. And if you have any questions, please, leave them down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. But once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, consider subscribing, and there'll be other camp gear reviews coming up, testing, real world testing, and other adventures that'll be coming up. Once again, thanks for watching. All right, so I actually just got back from Huntsville State Park, but I wanted to give you guys an update. So I took the SIMZLIFE unit, the big unit, and that video will be coming out shortly after this one, as far as the actual camping trip. But as you saw on the test results, the numbers didn't seem great during the day. Now at night, great unit, y'all can see the numbers speak for themselves. But during the day, I will say this: if that unit is big enough to where you put it inside your tent, and it's it's still a tent, so it's not a massive apartment. You're gonna get air, and you're gonna feel it, and it's gonna cool you down. So as long as you're getting the air blown onto you, it will cool you down. It feels good enough for you to take a nap, hang out, whatever you need to do in there. But it does need to be pointing at you. Another thing I will say is that I would only take that unit again if I have shore power. This time I did a site with no electricity, and I took my Pecron batteries, my power station with the battery. It's a Pecron F3000 with a 3800 watt hour battery extra, so it's about 6800 watt hours total. And that unit was drawing almost 1300 watt hours or 1300 watts. So it was draining it really quick. So you had to be careful. I was only out there for one night. So in the future, I will say, if I don't have shore power, I'll definitely be taking the Waykar unit. But I did want to let you know, guys, that don't be discouraged by those daytime numbers. Of course, it's not gonna cool down like an apartment. You're not in insulated walls like a home, but it does do a great job if it's pointing directly at you. All right, one last thing also is, you know how it needs air, and y'all can see that the flooring was lifting up during the testing videos. And so I was leaving one roof vent open. Well, above the ports on the tent, where the ports go through the AC, there's actually a window right above that. And since the AC unit, at least the SIMZLIFE, sucks in the air through the rear, I found that leaving that window partially open will alleviate that problem. Your flooring will not go up, and I feel like it's getting that air directly from behind it instead of through the roof and having to go all the way down into the tent. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but it felt like it made a difference to me.